homeowners insurance, flood zones, flood insurance, hurricanes, wind mitigation, hardy board. These are the topics we're going to cover in today's video. These are some of the top questions I get from people relocating to Florida to St. Johns County. So if that's you, stay tuned because you'll want to know these answers. All right, welcome to my channel. My name is Melissa Anderson. I am your EXP St. Johns County, Florida realtor. Each week I try to bring you videos all about moving here, working here, living here, playing here, all the things. So if you have been thinking about moving to St. Johns County, Florida, stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, and I hope to see you back each week. All right, so today's video, most of my buyers are all folks who are relocating to this area, and one of the top questions is, what kind of insurance do I need? Is my home going to flood every hurricane season? What about wind? What do I need to do? Are there going to be shutters on the windows? So, here in Northeast Florida, if you're looking at, living in more of the master plan communities, established communities, you're going to be far enough away from the beach, say 20 minutes or so, that you're not going to need like the hurricane shutters, anything like that. Now, if you're talking about living directly on the beach, that's another video for another day. I'm talking about like if you're looking to move here, like in Nocatee or Rivertown or something like that, Beacon Lake, Beach Walk, you're far enough away from the ocean, from the beach, that you don't really need to worry about, like the hurricane shutters. Most of the homes that you find are not going to be concrete block. That's another question I get asked often. Again, on the beach, if you're doing a custom home build, yeah, we do have concrete block homes. Maybe some of the older homes that we have here, maybe concrete block, but the ones in the master plan communities or communities that you're probably looking at, those are not going to be concrete block. But I'm going to tell you some of the things that they do with new construction to help them withstand, because we will, even though, say you're 20 minutes from the beach, hurricane season, depending on if it's a tropical storm or some of the hurricanes that have come through, we will experience wind. And if you've watched previous videos, you've probably heard me kind of relate those to what I experienced in like Virginia as like a nor'easter, like those type of nor'easter winds, that just the constant wind and rain over a period of time. I would say most importantly, regardless if you are in a master plan community or not, you want to look at the address. And I usually provide two different websites, and you may know I've included those in the description of other videos before, but I'll put them here. But you can type in the address and it'll let you know if your home is in a flood zone. And I'm going to put something on the screen. I've kind of printed it out for myself. It's kind of like a flood zone kind of map. Most of the homes in the areas that you're looking at are going to be in zone X or zone X shaded. Typically, if it's in zone X, that just means these areas are determined to be outside the 0.2% annual chance floodplain. So if you are in zone X, you are not required to carry flood insurance. You absolutely can, just as a precaution, but it's not required. Now, some of these other zones that you're going to be looking at, that you'll see, it will tell you like you absolutely do have to have flood insurance. Your insurance is probably going to be a little bit higher. Maybe some insurance carriers that you would typically be able to get, you're going to have to shop around. And speaking on insurance, that's another thing. You've probably seen it in the news. A lot of insurance carriers have left Florida. And so maybe you're coming from a state up north, out west, down here. A lot of people want to use their same insurance carrier that they've used before. But what they're finding is now that they've moved to Florida, that insurance carrier will not cover them here. But do not fret, because I have an awesome insurance broker that I work with that I usually refer, give you their contact information, and they've actually been able to help everybody that I've referred them to this far. So, but definitely want to check that flood zone map. And I usually do that for you if there's homes that we're looking at. That's one of the top things that I'd go in there and search for you and just like, hey, this area, this is this or this. Um, and we can go from there and you can decide. So, but I would just say as a blanket kind of statement, the newer construction areas, most of those absolutely are going to be in like zone X. So also, when you go to have you're purchasing a home here and you're getting a home inspection, one of the things that you get inspected, it's a little bit of an extra cost, but that you provide that report to your home insurance carrier is wind mitigation. So wind mitigation, it saves you a considerable amount on your homeowner's insurance. If your home was built after 2002, um, that's when like Florida code changed after like Hurricane Andrew. Statewide code mandated that new construction had to be able to withstand like hurricane force winds, and there had to be like impact resistant glass. So if your home was built after 2002, if there's a home you're looking at built after that, then they probably already meet those state requirement codes. But the wind mitigation insurance or inspection basically tells that home insurance carrier how resistant your home is to weather-related risks such as uh, hurricanes and regular storms. And then also they'll look on there at your roof type, if it's a gable roof or a hipped roof. And a hipped roof is more wind resistant than a gable roof. So I know, kind of getting into detail here, but the more you know, right? And then also another question I get asked a lot, especially if we're out looking at new construction homes, is people want to know like, what is this? There's a lot of stucco homes in this area, but there's also almost all new construction is hardy board. So the owner of that is like James Hardy. That's who made the hardy board siding, and pretty much all of the homes, that's what you're going to see that last basically forever. They have a phenomenal warranty. It's like the number one siding probably in all of America at this point, just because of its durability, its longevity. It's made out of a concrete mixture, like it's a cementous tile. So it's a fiber cement, and it's made up of cement, sand, and cellulose fibers. So it's not going to crack, it's not going to dent, it's weather resistant, water resistant, pest resistant, all of those things. The only con to hardy board is that it is more expensive than your typical other siding. However, the pros definitely outweigh the cons. Some of the important features that you may not be used to if you're moving here from out of state, again, and you're probably looking at newer communities that have these new construction homes, and they are already built with storms and wind mitigation in mind. Like I said, with the hardy board, with the hipped roof, with the glass, like shatterproof kind of glass, resistant glass, and not built in a floodplain, in a flood zone. But again, I'm going to include the links to these flood zone websites that I reference, and feel free to use those, plug in an address, get a feel for what pops up there. And then again, if you have any questions at all, or if you need help finding your new home here in St. Johns County, Florida, of course, it would be my pleasure to help you. I'm going to put my contact information right here. And then I'm also going to link in the description below my contact information and on another video that I did where I talked specifically kind of about hurricanes in this area. And yeah, I appreciate you watching. And until next time.